Well, good Monday morning to you. My name is Josh, and I get the absolute pleasure of serving as the online ministries director right here at Pekin First. And good Monday morning to you. I hope when your feet hit the floor, or if your feet already hit the floor, I hope that you got to start off in a positive way. Starting the week off in a positive way just makes the week flow easier, right? I'm not a Monday person. That's why I created this, because I need to start Mondays off on a positive note, because it just changes my entire week, right? All right, so this week was a little hot, right? This weekend was a little hot. It was like you walk outside, take your breath away. I enjoy the heat a little bit, so I worked outside a little bit, and we did some stuff at Providence Place. It was just a great weekend to spend with my wife. If you don't enjoy the heat, I hope you got to stay cool. It was there are plenty of places to stay cool, but Washington had their bicentennial. Man, that was hot. It just outside activities just take it right out of you. Speaking of things going on in and around Pekin First, we have the Pekin First podcast that me and Sean did this week, and it's about staying focused. Now, Mondays are hard to stay focused, right? Because you're remembering the weekend, or you're tired from the weekend, or you're worried about what's in the week to come. And this podcast on focus was all about, when you're in a meeting, what are you thinking about when you're in a meeting? Are you putting your whole heart into that meeting, or your whole mind into that meeting? When you're talking to somebody, I am guilty of this. Am I guilty of this? When you're talking to somebody, wondering what you're going to say next, or formulating what you're going to say next, versus listening to what the other person is saying, and in which might dictate what you're going to say next. And that's one of my biggest things, right? I catch myself doing that often. But now, when you're in worship, are you giving God your full attention, right? Are you worshiping God and just listening to God's word? So that's what this podcast, this last podcast on Thursday was about, was focus. We also have the Sunday Message podcast. It's on all the same platforms that this one is. And that is just a cut down version of Sean's message. Not a cut down version. It's a cut down version of worship where it's just Sean's message. You can catch that on all the platforms. Something really cool going on in and around Pekin First is rock, socks, and shoes. This is a part of our rock ministries, and we put shoes on kids who are going back to school, right? So you don't realize shoes are expensive. And I just bought a pair of shoes for $65, $70. And I'm like, wow. And people that don't have the means to buy the shoes to get their kids back to school, these kids are wearing mismatched shoes or wearing snow boots in, August. So what this program does is we raise money and we put shoes on kids. And it's a fabulous, the excitement that comes out of these kids, the excitement that's in the people that are doing the program. I'm going to post Emmy's interview, and it'll be in our media under Focus on Ministry. And she talks about rock, socks, and shoes, and just the excitement and how the program works and things like that. So catch that right there. As I mentioned earlier, we have Marigold coming soon. It is Marigold, right? This is an opportunity for Pekin First to be host to so many people walking through our parking in our parking lot, because we have some of the best parking for the Marigold Festival. So come be a part of that hospitality crew and just park cars and greet people and give out water. Speaking of water, we can use some cases of water. So this is a call out. We need some cases of water. Just drop them here at the church. You can drop them in the front door on the south entrance, which is by Court Street. Just drop a case of water in the lobby, if you will. It will go to good use to help people who are walking through the parking lot, because sometimes you got to park just so far away to get to the Marigold Festival. And even if they're just walking through the parking lot, and man, it's nice to have a bottle of water as you're crossing 14th to go into Art in the Park. And just all kinds of activities going on right here at Pekin First. And then, of course, the Marigold Festival. We're going to do something really, really crazy this year. We're going to have a ski show in the middle of the lagoon. never been done before. This should be interesting. And as part of the layout and safety crew, it's a little nerve-wracking, if you will, but it's going to be a great time. And they've practiced, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So for Marigold, now the other thing that Pekin First does for the Marigold Festival is we take our bus. We have this wonderful transportation vehicle, and we drive it through the park. Because some of those parking lots in the park are so far away, Pekin First provides for free, provides a bus to bring those patrons in and just drops them basically right in the middle of the Marigold Festival so that they can go through Art in the Park and do all the things that is what makes the Marigold Festival the Marigold Festival. So that's not possible without Pekin First. That's not possible. Pekin First can't make that possible without volunteers to drive the bus. So I encourage you to, for any of these activities, to volunteer. They're in the back of the sanctuary. There's some sign-up sheets and all kinds of things going on back there. Or you can just email info@pekinfirst.org, and these are just ways you can volunteer. I'm actually going to create a special section on the volunteering for the Marigold Festival. We'll create a special link for you, and you can just volunteer right there. So we got the hospitality tent, we got the water. Speaking of the Marigold Festival, worship that weekend. Worship that weekend will be at 8 a.m. It will be at 5 p.m. on Saturday, 8 a.m. here at Pekin First. So 5 p.m. is at Pekin First, 8 a.m. is at Pekin First. And then we're going to do a community worship. So the Marigold Festival puts on a community worship, brings all the churches together, or participating churches together, a lot of them, and we do a worship. And this year it's going to be at the new Stephen Skinner Performing Arts Center. And it's right in the middle of the park, right in the middle of Art in the Park, and it's going to be a great time. Just show up there at 9 o'clock. Instead of having worship here at 10, we're going to have contemporary worship there at 9. So we look forward to seeing you there. More things going on around Pekin First is the choir starts this week, I believe. Rehearsing. And the bell choir starts this week rehearsing. If you're interested and you want to use your gifts in the choir, contact Scott, and you can do that through info@pekinfirst.org or call the church office. Be involved in a choir or a bell choir. They sound fantastic. I heard them the other day practicing. They were doing a special thing. But now they're going to start practicing for the season. It's just fantastic. So get involved with choir. Scott is a funny guy. He's a great guy to work with. You'll enjoy choir. This is a good thing. We also have the directory going on. So if you need to get into the directory, if you're a member of Pekin First and you want to be in the directory, we encourage you to go to our website, and you can sign up right there under, I believe it's under contact, and it's in one of the drop downs there, and you can register right there, or you can contact Geraldine in the office. Cool thing going on this Saturday night. This coming Saturday night, Brian Carroll and his band Revel in Red, who is a fantastic band. They've suffered a loss lately, but they're the music must go on, is what they say. So they are performing downtown Pekin in the Pekin Downtown concert series put on by the Chamber of Commerce. I encourage you to come listen to this band. They are unbelievable. There'll be all kinds of food trucks down there, all kinds of things going on, and it will be a great time. Don't forget about the farmers market that happens next door every Thursday night. Wow, there's just so much. This town of 30,000 people and this church have so much going on. It's hard to keep up with, right? So visit pekinfirst.org to find out. All right, the Monday Mindful Moment. So those of you who are friends with me on Facebook know that I had a little bit of a surprise this week. My daughters, I got a text, I believe it was Friday night. It was Friday night. I got a text Friday night from one of my middle daughters. Me and Zena have 5 daughters together. And so our 2 middle daughters text me and said, "Hey, we've turned off our location, but I promise we're doing great things." And that alone kind of brought a tear to my eye. I started to actually do a truck talk on it, but I didn't finish it, and I was too distracted. Wasn't focused enough to do it. And so about 2 hours later, I'm out. I just finished mowing the yard, and I was walking up from our back garage, and my daughter showed up. And I'm gonna post. I'll put this picture in. It breaks me up just to say it, but they got a tattoo on their arms, and what that tattoo said was, "Do great things." And for those of you who have seen me online or this podcast or any of my podcasts or just me in general, my core belief is God put us here to do great things. So let's go do great things. And I got that several years ago from an incident with my daughter, and it has just been my life's motto. I love to inspire people. That's why I do these podcasts. I hope it inspires you to have a great week, or whatever the subject is for the Thursday podcast. I hope that you get inspired to do great things. And I believe that to my core, and they know that, and they're watching me, and they got it permanently tattooed on their arm. And as a father, that's an unbelievable compliment. As a leader, that my impact on them is permanent. So that is my Monday mindful moment. It's a little shout out to my daughters. Thank you for that. It's been a very emotional week anyway, for some reasons that I won't disclose as of yet. A lot of big decisions in my life, but this made it all worth it, and it's probably speaking to me in more ways than they know. So anyway, lots going on in and around Pekin First. Just remember, God put us here to do great things. So let's go do great things.